have tried these ones myself, so I kind of like if they're good or not, so I can put the personal seal of, Kimosabi tried it. So we'll go ahead and head over to, so I'll go to each lab and kind of like point out like which ones are good. I do have a few of them that I still like kept around. I did have to make room for slots, so I don't have all of them anymore. But I can definitely point out the ones that I really do regret getting rid of because they're amazing weapons, and I'm probably going to get them back one day. Like I'll most likely end up getting them again. Alright, so starting off, we're going to go to the Tenno Lab. There's actually a few in here. Alright, so starting off in the Tenno Lab, hopefully you guys do have this research done, is the Katanas or whatever this one is, the Castanas. What these are is, think of it like a little sticky bomb, and so you throw them on to any surface really, or you can even detonate them in midair. So you release them and you can make them explode. These things are extremely good because once again they do blast damage, and so it's a good area of effect. Their critical hit is pretty good too, and they naturally come with blast. So if you put your molten your fire mods on and your ice mods on, it'll make it blast and send the damage through the roof. I can even pull it up for you so you can see right here is that, oh, it's actually electricity. They changed it. I have the wrong gun. I will have to make sure I go show you guys the exploding ones. This is the wrong one. Good thing I clicked on it. Alright, so these ones are the electricity ones. Okay, so this one is good. I have had this one too. Personally, I like the exploding ones better. I believe those are called the Talos. I always get these two messed up. I'm really glad I did click on this. So these ones are the electricity ones. These ones are cool because you throw these, you can literally shock all the troops around and stun them, and then you can quickly switch to your melee and go in for like a massive amount of kills really fast. The stasis on these are really good, and that's what you want to increase, so then you can stun all those enemies. That's what I did when I built them. For building it, it's not that bad. It just takes a forma, which I currently don't have. Circuits, salvage, control module, and credits. It's all reasonable to get. And like I said, these things are amazing just because you can throw them in a big group of crowd and stun them all, and then go in for a big group of like kills. I do like these ones, but like I said, I do like the exploding ones better, and I did get them mixed up at the beginning. So the Katanas, these ones are the electricity ones. So just remember that these ones are electricity ones, and I will most likely forget that, but just remember these are electricity ones. They are very good. Moving on to the next weapon is the AK Solito. I will make sure I click on it this time. These things are really fun, just mainly because they shoot really, really fast. The critical chance on these things are already high at 15%, so you can increase the critical chance even more, so you can get a lot of crit damage, and that's why these things are so good. Their damage is low, so you can see that their impact is only 10.8, the puncture is 1.8, and the slash is 5.4, so their damage is extremely low, but they make up for that in the critical chance. So if you can increase that damage a little bit, and then increase the critical chance and critical chance damage, so that the critical multiplier, that's going to be your critical damage. So if you do a damage of 10, it'll take 10 times the 1.5 for your critical damage. So if you can increase your critical damage and chance, it'll make this weapon completely OP. Same thing with the AK Solito Prime. It's the same way, these weapons are extremely good. Moving on down the list, kind of like seeing what weapons I've had. The Katana. Everyone likes the Katana. It's extremely good weapon. Has extremely good damage on it. Critical chance is at 10%, which is not bad. Channeling is very good on it. I like this one. Personally, I like the Dragon Katana over the Katana, but this one is definitely good. I know a lot of people join clans if they have the Katana blueprint, like the research done. It is a little expensive to make though. Unfortunately, it does take 3 argon crystals, which, some people might have an issue trying to get argon crystals. You can find those in the void. The other thing is Oxium is a hard resource to find. Try to find, any Corpus mission with, the Oxium drones and kill them before they detonate themselves. And once again, it takes a forma. The Anku, this weapon is really cool. It's like a scythe. So I personally like sights. I think they're really fun to use. It has a 56 on puncture, which is actually pretty high, and the critical chance is 20%. So this weapon will red crit, so that's why I definitely like this weapon a lot. A red crit is pretty much a critical on a critical, and so that's how you're able to get massive amounts of damage. That's also how you're able to take out high level enemies, is by doing those red crits. I highly recommend this weapon, highly recommend it, and it's really easy to build. It doesn't cost that much credits. It only takes 2 gallium, 800 salvage, 200 credits, and 4 morphics. So you can actually go to Mars and you can actually get the salvage, morphics, and gallium all in one mission. So it's really easy to get, and you can go to a low planet to get it. You know, a lot of people have Mars unlocked, so it's very accessible. And then you can just go to Venus to get the circuits. So I mean, a lot of people at lower ranks can definitely get this weapon, and it's extremely good. Definitely with that critical chance. You know, you increase your critical chance, increase your damage on the puncture, and this weapon will take you to extremely high levels by far. Moving on to is the Tanbo. I definitely like this weapon. It has great reach. Its stasis chance is already at 25%, which is extremely high. Unfortunately, though, the critical chance is only at 5%, so it's better if you actually go with the status on it, which that's going to increase your damage for your elements. It has decent amount of slash on it too, at 60 points, so that is actually pretty good. It's not the best, but you know, at 60, there's definitely Phage and Buzzkill will increase the slash through the roof. Also increase it too. Like I said, just get that status chance up there, and it'll be an extremely good weapon. It is fairly easy to build. You know, it just takes 2 control modules, which you get that in the Void. Plastids are very easy to get on Saturn. Ferrite is extremely easy on Earth, and then Oxium, really any Corpus mission that has Oxium drone, so it is a easy weapon to get, and it definitely it's a decent one, especially because it has a 25% stasis chance, and it's without any mods on, so it's definitely a good one. Unfortunately, the dual split sword I did not really like. I can show it to you, but I did not like this one really at all. You know, yes, it has a stasis chance. Yes, you can make it into a dual wield swords, or the heavy sword if you want, but I just didn't like it. It just was not the weapon for me. I have not had the Lacer. The Prana, how you want to pronounce this, is really fun. It is a shotgun pistol, is what it does. It's also automatic, and so it kind of destroys a lot of enemies really fast. Not only that, it slashes 86.4. On top of that, you have a 20% chance critical hit on the base. And on top of that, keep going, it has a 2.0 critical multiplier. So it already has insane amount of damage for crit damage, and it has a high crit chance. So this weapon is extremely good. I would recommend this next to Lex Prime. Like, if you can't get the Lex Prime, I'd get this handgun. This thing will destroy bosses, it will destroy your capture targets. This weapon is definitely going to be useful if you're ever like needing to revive and stuff. I would definitely recommend this weapon. You know, like I said, increase that critical chance, get the damage up there a little bit more for the critical damage, and just increase that slash. This weapon is extremely good. It is close range though, so remember it's a shotgun pistol, you know, so make sure you're close to your targets when you want to kill them, you know, but other than that, this weapon is extremely good. Like I said, the accuracy on it is bad, but, you know, it's a shotgun, get close to your targets, and you won't have any issue at all. So I definitely like this weapon. It's also extremely easy to make. One forma, alloy plate, salvage, and control module with some credits, and the weapon's yours, and it's an extremely good one. I did not like the Shaiku, however you want to pronounce this. It was not the weapon. It is the stats on it which were not good. I would not recommend this one. I don't like that one. The Tikka, this one is definitely a good one. It is an automatic crossbow pretty much. So if you like bows and you like machine guns, well, here's your in between. fully automatic. The critical chance is 20%, so that's extremely good. The critical chance multiplier is 1.5, so that's definitely decent. Its puncture is 93.8, so that's definitely an acceptable range for, you know, primaries and stuff. I like this one a lot, just because the critical chance there is at 20%, and so it gives you a lot of room to see like what you want to do with it. Unfortunately, the stasis is only at 10%, which isn't bad, but it's definitely not going to help you out too much. So I definitely go with the critical chance and critical damage combination, and just get your puncture up there a little bit, and this one will be an amazing weapon. Continue on. This is the one that I got messed up at the beginning. These are the Talos. These ones are amazing. I like these ones so much because of the fact that they are blast damage. They already come with 100 blast damage, and it's so easy to send them through the roof. It's just getting that fire mod, getting the cold mod on there, and you can just send your damage through the roof on it. It also does a great area effect too, so you know it will kill enemies near it. I definitely like these ones. Unfortunately, these ones are expensive to make though. At 1,200 Oxium, it is an extremely expensive weapon to build, but I definitely think it's worth it personally. I definitely liked it. I might have them. I can't remember if I sold them or not, but I might have these ones. But I definitely like them. They're definitely a weapon to have. So I definitely recommend them. I have not had the Venta at all, so I can't really speak for it. Just looking at the stats right now, it looks like it's going to be pretty good, just because right away the critical chance is at 15%, the multiplier is at 2.0, so it already has good stats. So I mean, I'd recommend this one. I don't really have this weapon, so I can't vouch for it, but just looking at this, it does look good, and I'm just going to go ahead and purchase it right now. Just because, you know, looking at those stats, looks good. I really, you know, also another thing to point out, these things are fist. And so I don't really do too much in fist, but, you know, I'm going to give this weapon a shot. It looks good, you know. Critical chance up there, critical multipliers up there. The slash is at 25, so I mean, the slash is definitely lower than what I want. But, you know, with that critical damage and chance, I think these ones could definitely be good weapons. Alright, so moving on to... Oh, hang on one second. I'm just going to take a quick pit stop right here because I need to get the... Just put on. We are trying to get pigments done, and we are so close to getting the one that takes the Stalker done. Alright, moving on to the infestation. Oh, nope. We're going to start at the Grenier Lab. Wow, I'm getting all my words mixed up today. This is the Corpus Lab. This is energy weapons, guys. Sorry for the confusion. This right here is the energy lab. You see the jack right there. This is Corpus. Alright, so starting in here, Cero is the which weapon do I want to start with? You know, let's just go with the Cero just because I had so much fun with this weapon. This weapon is amazing. It has 75 electricity right off the bat. That is amazing for a melee, just right away having that. That means you can automatically get this weapon to have corrosive damage if you throw like your Fever Strike mod on there to make it toxin. So you put your toxin mod on there, it's automatically corrosive, and that's amazing because I use corrosive. You know, this weapon is definitely up there. Not only that, but it has a 25% stasis chance, so they're like, this weapon is like one of the must-have weapons, definitely I think, for melees. And yes, Shooting Raptor, I can show you the mods for the Carrier Prime. I have done that in a previous video though, but I can definitely go over that again for you during this stream. Going back to the weapon though, is the 25% stasis chance, like that makes this weapon a must-have. You know, it's also electricity, so this weapon, it's all in your, you know, your elements. Pretty easy to make. 1 field run, 3 neural sensors are kind of your more expensive resources. Circuits and salvage are definitely manageable. And to get field run, it's this right here. It's a research. Moving on to the next weapon, the Quanta. This is an amazing weapon. I definitely like it. It's a fun weapon. The electricity automatically is 220, which is amazing. The accuracy is 100. It shoots really quick. I like this one. It also has a secondary fire, which is your R3 button, and it will shoot a cube that if an enemy gets near it, it will detonate and just kill everything near it. It's an amazing, fun weapon to have. I definitely enjoy this one, and I still have this weapon too. It's also easy to make, except for the field run is the only hard part, but other than that, everything else is really easy to get. Moving on. Probably the next one I personally like is Amprex. This weapon is amazing, just absolutely amazing. Its damage is low with electricity only at 7.5. You will have to increase that electricity up for it to be good. But as you guys can see, the critical chance is 50%. This weapon is insane. You can red crit with this primary weapon. So it's amazing. The damage is a 2.0 for the critical damage multiplier, which is extremely good, and the stasis per second is 20%. This is a beam weapon too. It will shred through your ammo, so make sure you get a rifle ammo mutation mod on it, and you should be golden. But this weapon is definitely fun, especially if you form it a few times. To build it is a little expensive, you know, with the 9,000 ferrite, which isn't too bad, but it's definitely getting up there. 3 argon crystals and 8 field run, so it's definitely up there on kind of prices, but I definitely recommend it. The Strata Core is definitely a good one too. Its stasis is 25%, which is amazing. It also has radiation damage, and so that is extremely good. What radiation damage does is it will turn an enemy against its enemy, so it's pretty much, it makes an enemy your ally for a little bit, so then they'll go and kill other enemies. So it's definitely nice. The stasis is 25%, so it's a good gun. I like it. It will take a formula or two to get it to like that really OP stage, but it's definitely worth it. It is extremely expensive to make though. I will throw it out there right now. It does take 10 field run, 3 night 10 abstract, and it does take quite a bit of credits. It's 25,000 to make it, but it's also 50 to buy the blueprint from the dojo. But it's definitely a good weapon. The convex was okay. Once again, it's another laser weapon. Its stasis is what makes it good because it's 25%. The critical chance is definitely low. The slash is pretty good though, so I mean, it's okay, but it does take 900 oxium, so it makes it a little bit expensive, and it is pretty expensive to buy with 30,000 credits to build it and 15 for the blueprint. But it's definitely a fun one to level up and kind of, you know, play around with. If you're going for a weapon that just straight up like kills, I definitely recommend, you know, probably I'd probably give it to either the Quanta, the Cero. The Amprex is okay, but you definitely want to shred through your ammo. The Dara is one that I've had too. This one's fun just because, you know, it shoots really quick. Its damage is definitely down there. Its critical chance is down there. So I mean, it's just pretty much what it does is it's a low damage weapon, but it just sprays so much ammo at them, it kills them. It's kind of like just spraying them with bullets and ends up killing them. But it's okay. It's definitely a fun one that I kind of liked having. The Furlux, this one was okay. Once again, it's just a stasis weapon, so it's just pretty much stunning the enemies. It's a good one to level up, you know. But out of, you know, the Corpus Lab, if you're really looking for a good dojo weapon, I'd definitely go with the Cero, and the Quanta are probably one of your best ones. The Spectre, it's an okay secondary. I definitely get that Priana from the Tenno Lab. It's going to be your best secondary, probably. So that's it for the Corpus Lab. So like I said, you know, recapping the Corpus Lab, it would be the Quanta research and the Cero research are probably the two you want to buy. The Amprex would be probably like your third one you want to buy if you want to get a primary. That's this one's good AO, like it's crowd control. So I'd probably give it to those ones. So the Quanta, the Amprex, and the Cero. Give it to those three. Alright, moving on. We will go ahead and go to the Infested Lab because there are a few there that I definitely enjoyed using. Alright. So starting off here, I gotta get right into it, you know. the Igneous, it's a flamethrower. It is amazing. Stasis is 25% per second. It's not expensive to make. It's a flamethrower. It sets them on fire. It's amazing. It's fun. I like it. You will have to put a catalyst and form on it to make it into like that really like overpowered stage, but even not having a catalyst stuff on there, it still is a good weapon to have. For secondaries, I will give it to the Merlok by far. This weapon is crazy. It has an 80.0 impact, a 16.0 puncture, and a 64.0 slash. Its accuracy is a little bit low, but that's not too much to worry about. The critical chance is at 15%, which is actually pretty high. If you can just get Pistol Gamut, you can send that through the roof. The critical multiplier is 1.5, so it's not too bad. And the stasis is 30%, so it's a great way to stun the enemies. I definitely like this because, you know, it's good for a lot of different factions. You know, if you have the Grenier for the armor, you know, the Corpus for the shields, you know, it's definitely an all-rounded weapon to have. I definitely would recommend this. I personally carry this weapon a lot with me. It is definitely a good one to have. The Nut Core is another good one to have just because it goes with Strata Core. It does radiation damage, so that's pretty much why, you know, it's good just because it has the radiation damage right off the bat. I do like how it has the stasis for 20%, so that's definitely good to have. I definitely give this one a thumbs up. I'm currently working on the Coma. I'm pretty sure this weapon is going to be pretty good. It's shotgun pistols. I'll kind of like let you guys know in an update video how I like these ones. I've seen some people use it, so that's why I'm going to give them a shot. Their stats are really low though, so I'm kind of like curious to see like why people are using them and stuff. But I'm definitely going to give it a try and see how it happens. The next weapon I would definitely want to point out is the Orgus. It's an RPG. I mean, come on, who does not like an RPG? It has 650 blast damage right off the bat. Its critical chance is 5%, which is kind of low, but you can definitely get it up there. Critical chance multiplier is 2.0. This weapon is just pure damage pretty much. You just get some fire mod and get your cold mod on there. And this weapon, you can get it to do over 5,000 damage really easily. I definitely like this weapon. It's definitely one I had for an extremely long time. And I was very sad when I finally sold it. But I really need room for new weapons. But this weapon's amazing. I definitely recommend it. It's fairly easy to make too. You know, just Forma and Detonite Injector are going to be your two expensive items, really. It's definitely a fun one to have. So that's probably going to be it for the Grenier Lab. If you want a melee weapon, probably the best melee one here is probably going to be the Sideroid, or however you pronounce this one. It's pretty good. I mean, the puncture is at 71.3, but there's definitely a lot better weapons out there than this one, but for this lab alone, it's definitely a good one to have. Its stasis is 25%, so that's kind of what gives it the props. But you guys do need the Amphis to make this, so that's another weapon, so that's kind of why I don't really recommend this too much. But if you know you already have the Amphis and you kind of just want a weapon just kind of level up, this one here is pretty good. But you know, as a recap for this lab, I'll give it to the Merlok, however you want to pronounce that, and the Igneous and the Nut Core are probably your top ones. And then if you like RPGs, I know some people are against them, it'd be the Orgus, would be another good one to have. But like I said, it's an RPG, so that's good for like your defenses and stuff. So covers that lab. We'll head to the last one, which is the Infested Lab. Over here, gotta give it right away to the Phage. This one is hands down probably the best one here. You can get a lot of good, you know, mods for this weapon. One of them is Combustion Beam. It's a good one to have for this one. There's a lot of those beam mods that you can have for this one. Its viral is already at 330, so that's really good. It is a shotgun too, so it's crazy because it's a beam weapon, but it's a shotgun. So that's what makes it really good. You know, stasis is at 15% per second. You know, the critical chance is only at 10%, but the multiplier is at 2.0, so you can increase the critical chance, and you'll be set. Like I said, it has viral on it, so that helps out pretty good. So I mean, I definitely like this weapon. I had a lot of fun with it. The next one that I personally liked is, if I can find it, this one right here, the Munis Quanta. It's the Quanta, just in the Munis form. This one's cool just because of the fact that its alternate fire is a giant radiation grenade bomb. So pretty much it shoots a cube out that expands and does all these different effects like radiation and toxin, and it's just really fun to have. It's definitely a good one to have. It doesn't do a lot of damage though, but it's definitely a good fun one to have. The Kalos, this weapon here is pretty good. I just started using it. I like it just because it does corrosive damage right off the bat. And so that's literally what makes it so good. And the stasis is at 30%, so that's going to increase the damage a little bit more. It does take 519 abstract and 10 mutagen mass, so it is expensive to use. But I definitely give a thumbs up to this weapon already. The Pox is another great one. This is your this cess is at 35%. This one is a toxin one. So pretty much what it does is you shoot it, it'll literally make a poison cloud. It does quite a bit of damage, so its critical chance is extremely low, so just pretty much increase your toxin and the weapon should do you pretty good. It's definitely a fun one to have. The Embodice is another good one to have. I thought this weapon was pretty good for what it was. You know, as a secondary, it's pretty much a beam weapon that shoots toxin. You know, it's a fun one to have. I definitely liked it. The dual toxin, I did have these ones. I got rid of them pretty quick just because I don't really like their accuracy and stuff. It was hard to hit things with it. The success chance is 35%, so that's actually really good. But I didn't have these ones very long. The Arid, that one here is definitely pretty good. I've had it. It's a syndicate weapon, like there's mods for it that you can get from a syndicate for this weapon. It's pretty good though. I mean, I like that it has the 2.0 critical damage. It does start with toxin damage, so that's also nice. Moving on though. Trying to think of any other weapons really. It's probably gonna be it for this lab here. I mean, if you ask me what the best weapon here is, it'd probably be the Phage. The second one are the ones that I'd recommend for this lab here. Overall, I strongly believe that if you're looking for a dojo weapon that's going to really, like, you know, get the job done, like get in the mission, go, you know, take out the bosses and stuff, or like, you know, one that you're having struggle on a mission, you just kind of need like that one OP weapon. It's definitely going to be in the Untitled Lab, and I definitely probably give it to the Tikka is definitely going to be a good one to have for your primary. Your secondary, I'd definitely give it to the Piranha, and for your melee, I'd definitely give it to the Anku. So I mean, you can find really good weapons here. I have not had these ones here. Just looking at them. Oh, Thallium, that's gonna be. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, if you're looking for your OP dojo weapons, you know, that are kind of easy to get, I'd definitely get the Tikka, the Piranha, and the Anku are probably going to be the top ones that I'd highly recommend to people. If you're looking for that one weapon to get the job done. By far, that's what I would recommend. You know, there's other good weapons here that do a lot of damage, you know, like the Opticore, which I can quickly show you that one. But it definitely shoots slow. Going right into the Opticore though. You know, yes, the puncture is 850, but this thing takes forever to shoot. It has a small magazine, it has a charge rate, so it takes a whole second for you to like charge this thing to be able to shoot it. So, I don't know. I will give it, it does have strength, but you know, like I said, look at the, you know, requirements to make this 20 gallium. So, if you want an OP one that damages stuff, this would be your gun, or the Orgus, but like I said, the Tikka, the Piranha, and the Anku are going to be your top weapons I'd recommend for the dojo. We did have a request to go to see the carrier prime mods that I have on, so I'll go ahead and do that right now. Alright. Carrier prime. Okay, these are the mods I have on. I did cover the carrier prime in another video, so I'll just quickly recap here. Vacuum, standard mod that you really need to get on your carrier. It's what allows it to pick up other resources. You definitely want to get this mod maxed out like ASAP, like right away. Get this mod maxed out. Guardian, that's going to boost your shield, so when your shield runs out, your character will automatically refill your shields all the way to maximum, which definitely saves my life a lot. Steel fiber, just to increase its armor, just to help it out a little bit. The accelerated deflection, it pretty much just increases your the shield recharge, so the carrier does not have a big shield. My redirection card, the calculated redirection, which increases it by 275%, only gives the carrier a 375 shield, which is not very much. I do have the enhanced vitality on, and it's not maxed out. It's rank 8 or 7. It's rank 7, and it gives it 180%, which gives it a total of 1,120% health. So that's kind of why I have the armor on there. It's because once the shield runs out, your armor is what affects like how far your health goes down. So I did put the shield charger on there just to help, you know, get those shields recharged up quickly. Sanctuary, if your teammate or Cubero goes down, when you go revive it, it will actually put a bubble around you that will protect you as you're reviving other players. I definitely recommend this mod. Stalker, I did put this one on here just because, you know, I want my character to just go out there and fire at anything, so I do have Stalker on there, just so, Strider, just so I can go out there and just, you know, attack any visible, you know, enemy. Like, you'll see an enemy, you'll just automatically shoot it. That's what I kind of like mine to do. Regen, pretty much like what it says is your carrier dies, it'll come back once. I definitely like this mod just because, you know, your carrier will die eventually, and it's nice to have a second life. Ammo case, I have it on here, you know, just, you know, give me a little bit extra ammo pretty much. You can have a better setup. I do sometimes switch out the ammo case for the coolant leak. If I'm doing an infested mission, or, you know, trying to do a high level infested mission, or anything that requires me doing a lot of melee, I will put coolant leak on there. Pretty much what happens is if an enemy gets close to you, they will start to freeze up. This is extremely helpful if you're doing infested missions. I'd highly recommend you getting this mod and putting it on your character. If you like doing a lot of infested missions, it will save your life, because infested do go really fast, and so sometimes it's easier to like slow them down once they get close to you. You know, so that's probably going to cover for the carrier prime. Like I said, I did cover this more in depth in another video, so if you want, you can go check that out. So this is my setup. It did take me quite a bit of formas to get here. I believe I put 3 different formas on, or maybe 2. It did take a few formas, so this is the carrier prime. So, and that's how I did it. So if you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. But see you guys until next time.